Well, if you're like me and you live in a suburban area of a major Australian capital city, you're probably accustomed to having to travel a fair distance to get to your local flying club. But the guys down here in Doncaster, in downtown suburban Melbourne, don't have those kind of issues. They've got their own local flying club called the Doncaster Aero Modelers Club. I'm here with Adrian Corro, renowned aerobatics pilot and long-time member here at Doncaster Aero Modelers Club, as well as a committee member. Adrian, tell me a bit about what you've got going on here at DAC.
We fly IC, we fly electrics, we all have all facets of aero modelling here.
And you've been doing it for a long time, so what's your membership like at the moment?
We're just around 100 members, I think.
100 members, and you're catering from everything from beginners through to the experts?
Absolutely. We try and encourage youngsters to get into the hobby, and we've got members all the way up to 95 years of age, I think.
Excellent. Well, you've been flying for a long time. How did you get into all this?
Well, my dad used to drive me, my brother and myself down here, and he used to drop us off, and we got instructed by the mentors here, and I mean, it didn't take us long to learn how to fly.
So you came down here, there was plenty of support for you at the Doncaster Club to learn?
Absolutely. We came down here, we asked the members what we should fly and what would be the best model to train on. And Dad used to build the planes for us, and we used to fly them up until the point where we started crashing them.
Yeah, well, that's what you do. That's what generally happens sometimes when you're learning. And what about control line? It's amazing, not many clubs nowadays are still supporting control line. Is that a great opportunity for maybe the people that, the more elderly members that remember the control line days, still give them their buzz?
On the control line circle, it gets very busy on a Sunday and a Wednesday.
Yeah.
There's probably at least half a dozen to a dozen guys there that still fly control line, and they're really keeping the control line hobby strong, I guess. Yeah.
Excellent. Now, one of the biggest things about Doncaster is its location in the middle of suburbia here in Melbourne.
Yeah.
Now you're a local here in the Doncaster area. What does that mean for you, having a club that's so close to your home?
Convenience, absolute convenience. I'm a 5-minute drive away, so I can come here, fly my electrics on most days and get my fix. We are bound by a tight boundary here. We've got schools, we've got footy clubs and golf courses, so we have to fly within a tight box. But other than that, it's a fantastic place to fly.
Well, I'll tell you what, all this talk about flying is making me want to get out there and have a go. How about you? Let's go for a fly?
Okay.
So, there we go, we're going for a fly. Well, there's one name here in Victoria that's synonymous with aero modelling, and that's Cliff McIver. Cliff, you've been a long time member here at Doncaster. What are the changes that you've seen?
Oh, I've seen some great changes over the years. When I first started here, the club had about 30 members, 35 members, and they flew once a week on Sundays only, and they just hacked around the sky, a little bit of crashing and stuff going on, and I thought, well, you know, this club could really develop into something. And over the years we started training up the young members. We've got a lot of young members into the club, and then we started to get to a standard where I started introducing them to some outside small contests, and since then we've developed into a very good competitive club. We've got members flying in international events. Got 2 members that were recently in France at the World Championships, David Law, Noel Whitehead, and David came 3rd in the World Championships. So we're very proud of that. And no, the Doncaster Club, it's had a lot of very good, successful young flyers that have gone on to be commercial pilots. We've got an A380 Airbus pilot that started his modelling here when he was a young 12-year-old. We've got medicos, we've got all walks of life come to our club, and probably because it's so central to Melbourne, and it's always green, it's a lovely place to be, and now we're encouraging a lot of the older members of the club to come back in and give it a real go. So the club's gone a long way, and the members have matured very well, and a lot of great friendships through this club, and I still love it. I still love the hobby, and it's something that everybody should have a go at.
Yeah, it's excellent. Now, you've also had an involvement in the industry side of things. What was that involvement?
Yes, I did. For 25 years I ran a hobby shop in Hawthorn, and it was quite successful, and I thoroughly enjoyed it, but due to my health I actually closed it up 5 years ago, and have concentrated on flying a little bit of different sport flying around the country, a bit of seaplane flying, and I move around a lot, but I still come back to Doncaster. Doncaster's my home, and we're down here today, and I hope you get some good footage.
Yeah, we will. And you're also renowned amongst the aerobatic pattern community. You've been a little bit involved in that, and also a bit of pylon racing as well.
Yes, a very little bit of pylon racing,
yep.
But the aerobatic scene was something that I got very involved with. That's a very difficult thing to reach the top, and it gives you a real challenge. So the aerobatics has been probably my favourite part of the hobby, but I really do enjoy sport flying and gliding and seaplanes, and I'm an all-rounder.
Well, there you go, Cliff McIver, great man in the hobby here. Great to have him with us. Thanks for your time, Cliff.
Thank you, Andrew.
This is 3D Hobby Shop's 51-inch slick 3D aerobatic plane. Now, 3D Hobby Shop aircraft are world renowned as being high-quality balsa 3D aerobatic aeroplanes. The slick was designed by Andrew Jeske, a world-renowned pilot. The slick is an amazing aircraft for flying 3D. It just seems to excel at all different orientations and different flight envelopes in 3D flight. This plane runs a Motrafly motor spinning a 14x7 carbon fibre prop, and is powered by a 4-cell battery around the 2,700 milliamp hour to 3,000 milliamp hour battery size. It runs mini servos. The high-tech HS85 or the digital versions of 5085 are perfect for this aircraft and provide more than enough torque for what this plane will enable you to do. It's a great little aircraft. It's actually big for its size, so it actually flies a lot bigger than what it is. It's a very lightweight airframe, so the power to weight ratio is just phenomenal. So you get unlimited vertical with such an aircraft. Massive turtle deck out the back here, which really aids knife edge flight, and of course a massive rudder down the tail end as well. You can run about an 60 to 80 amp speed controller. You're quite comfortable in this aircraft. In total, you're looking at a great quality plane from 3D Hobby Shop that will give you hours of enjoyment. I'm here with Stan. He's been a long time member here at Doncaster for approximately 35 years. Now Stan, I've got to get this question out of the way first. How old are you?
94, nearly 95.
There you go, 95 years of age and still in the hobby?
Still into it.
Okay,
always will be.
Tell me, when did you start first get into the hobby?
When I was about 12 years old.
12 years of age. And what was that, rubber band powered models?
Rubber band, yeah.
From kit or from scratch?
Sometimes from scratch, sometimes a kit.
Yeah, and did you get into the control line era when that sort of kicked off?
I was into the control line, yeah. But I made a mess of it first because I knew nothing about control line.
Yeah.
You know, the centre of gravity in the control line model is much different to a free flight, you know.
Yeah.
So the first time up, ran on all the cables went slack, but I got out of it. So I stuck a, see the centre of gravity, you got to have the centre of gravity much forward on the control line.
Yeah.
So I stuck a couple of nuts and bolts in the nose and she flew like a beauty.
Well, there you go. Now, is it true, a little birdie told me that in your younger days you actually built a full-size plane. Can you tell me a bit about that plane?
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, for a start, I'd have a pilot's licence, but it got too expensive to fly, you know. So I thought, well, I love flying. I'm going to build my own plane. So I designed and built this thing. Put a Harley Davis motorbike engine in it. Wound her up, and it worked.
And where did you fly it?
I took it away up the country. You couldn't fly it down here.
And is it true you only had one flight in it?
No, I had many flights in it.
Oh, did you?
Oh yeah.
Well, there you go. So you've
Don't
gone.
you trust my manufacturing?
I do trust your manufacturing
One
skills,
flight. God.
but I don't think that'd happen nowadays somehow. Anyway, Stan, lovely to meet you. Lovely to hear your stories, and keep on going because you're doing a great job here at Doncaster.
Yeah, well, thank you very much.
Thanks, Stan.
Can I? Good on you.
We've had a great time here today at the Doncaster Aeromodelers Club. The club encourages any visitors that want to come down and have a look and see what's going on around here and have a look at this great hobby in radio control flight. If you want to find out more information, visit the Doncaster website at www.dac.org.au. See you next time.